Hey there, my beautiful fellow lunatics. Welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius astrology reading for May of 2026. Woo! We are having a beautiful full moon. I believe it's going to be on Eastern Standard Time, May 31st. It is technically a blue moon because we did have the full moon in Scorpio in the beginning of May, and then we are going to have the full moon in Sagittarius right at the end of this month. So with that, I got my notes. Let's go ahead and dive on into this story and this arc. Just looking at these charts, we had the full moon in Scorpio, and man, oh man, oh man, that was a time. Maybe at the beginning of this month, there were themes that came about around emotional truths suddenly surfacing. Maybe it's the energy of suppressed conversations or something that you really wanted to say for a while, and you're at the barbecue and it's Taurus season, so everything's chill and everyone's celebrating and everyone's having a good time, and then someone says something that triggers you and you're like, you know what? And blah, 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 it all comes out. This could have been the time period of emotional or word vomiting a little bit, you could say. Themes around emotional truth, themes around healing, and why did I feel so triggered, and why did I react that way, and why did I say that, or even so, why did I avoid the truth for so long? The Scorpio full moon is, what belief system did I create? What philosophy am I living for? What values am I living for? So realizing how pain shapes communication and seeing how unhealed wounds can distort perception, and the difference between honesty and weaponized honesty could also be themes. So we may have been doing a little bit of reflecting for this month of May, especially because Pluto, the planet of transformation, did go in retrograde. So a lot of internal shifts that are happening, and a little bit of shadow theme moments in all of this. And the truth can be liberating. It can also be painful. So that was what was happening. That being said, things start to calm down. Things start to release a little. And we come closer and closer to the full moon in Sagittarius. And this is the completion of a beautiful story and a beautiful arc. We received truth. We were aware of the wound. We had the aha moment. And all of a sudden, we ask ourselves, well, now what do I do? And that's where the Sagittarius full moon comes in. I love this chart. It is a little bit more balanced than what we had with the full moon in Scorpio. Now we have a little bit of space with Gemini energy. Neptune and Saturn are hanging out in Aries, and we have Mars now in Taurus. So it's a little bit more grounded action. And Chiron is, the wounded healer and the planet of teaching us, what needs to be healed, or that asteroid of what needs to be healed. That is about to move into Taurus, so 29 degrees Aries. So it's just about to finish up the conversation. So here we have Uranus, the Sun, and Mercury all hanging out in Gemini, looking great. Uranus loves being in Gemini as well as Mercury. It is exalted, or how I like to say, it feels at home. It feels cozy in the energy of Gemini. This is about getting all the information. Now we have the truth. Now the truth is out. Now things have been said. We all understand where we're at. And it could be about doing things a little bit differently. If you are a Gemini, be careful. Gemini and Libra, I think Aquarius are the only ones that are a little bit safe from this energy, but Gemini and Libras, be careful, because this is the time where you are going to be receiving a lot of information, a lot of gossip, and the Sagittarius full moon is maybe asking you, what are we going to do with this truth? And let's do it in a way that is grounded and responsible and necessary. If we're going to cause a revolution, if we're going to try to do something different, let us do it with tact, with poise, with love, with honesty, and with that Sagittarius full moon liberation and expansion. I like a Sagittarius Gemini energy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a problem with Sagittarius and Gemini at all. There are some zodiac signs that when they oppose one another, it's really intense. For example, in Aries and Libra, when they oppose one another, Aries is like, let's make a decision, and Libra is weighing the pros and cons, right? Even in terms of Scorpio and Taurus, those oppositions can be intense. Leo and Aquarius, those oppositions can be intense. Because Gemini and Sagittarius, I feel could be a good team, because Gemini talks the truth. How are we going to go about this? And as long as Gemini is being honest, because Sagittarius will keep a Gemini honest, as long as Gemini is being honest, this is the moon that I feel manifesting or setting intentions or manifestation practices can actually be really beautiful, especially if you want to try something different, if you are doing something different. If you are a Sagittarius, you are definitely going to feel this energy. If you're a Gemini, you're definitely going to feel this energy. There are definitely a couple of signs that are going to feel this blue moon energy. And I am going to say, yeah, this is a great full moon to practice manifestation work, ritual work, folk magic, spells, hoodoo, all of that. This is a great time just to really dive on into the aspects of freedom and liberation. And I have this information now. I am aware. Now, how do I use it to expand for the greater good of myself, for other people? And that's what the Sagittarius full moon is asking us. How do we expand on this truth? How do we expand on this knowledge? Where do we go from here? What do we do with it? Where is our soul, where is our soul calling us to travel? Maybe physically, because Sagittarius are great with travel, or metaphorically. Sagittarius can be idealists, and Geminis are great at getting the truth and the information, but they can also be very good at weaponizing the truth and information if they're not careful. They can get really angry and really petty, and they're like, you know what? I know this, and I think this is a good time to release that Kraken. We don't want that energy. The balance between Sagittarius and Gemini is, I know both sides. I am aware of the duality. Now, how do I expand on this in a way that is beautiful and idealistic and teaches me something about myself and others and helps me learn and helps me grow? Sagittarius loves expansive, liberating energy, so it will be an expansive, liberating full moon. So that is the astrology I have for you for this full moon. Again, expansive, freeing, liberating. Let's go ahead, and I just want to quickly dive on into a little bit of the themes that may come up for the collective. So, the truth that changes behavior, the truth that expands consciousness, the truth after future choices. Oh, the truth alters, repeat that, scratch that, repeat that. The truth alters future choices. The truth becomes wisdom. So whatever truths you are meditating on, you are chewing, digesting, Scorpio revealed, Sagittarius is going to integrate that energy. Great time to incorporate, and I'm going to say a good full moon to set intentions for the month of June. Great time. June is halfway mark through the year. So I feel like if there was something you wanted to do and you set the intention in January and you haven't really fully gotten into the pacing of it, now is the time with the Sagittarius full moon to, like the arrow and, Sagittarius, and ironically, Sagittarius and Chiron, that is the story. The mythology is integrated, but, pulling that arrow back and then setting it free, this is the time period to really go wild with that dream and that intention. As much as you can do, as much that is feasible without burnout. And with that, my friends, there we have it. I am going to do a premium recording of this where I'm getting into the rising signs, and I'm going to share the signs that may be most impacted by the energy of this moon. So if you are a premium member, go ahead and check out that video, and I will see you there. Have an amazing full moon. and bye for now.